Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 31st, 2025, the last day of July. I hope everybody had a great Thursday out there so far. Everybody has a great Thursday evening. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the tropics and also this powerful cold front bringing a lot of cooler temperature and a lot of severe weather along this front, and also lots of flooding rains also as that front continues to sag off to the south. You can see in the tropics here, we'll talk about this in just a few minutes. We got a little upper level low pressure here just east of the Bahamas. I mean, not the Bahamas, but the Leeward Islands. Watching it, but right now nothing to write home about at this time. Got a little bit of activity in the Central Tropical Atlantic, scattered activity over South America. I can't get it out. South America, we got a hurricane here spinning its way toward the west. Got another tropical system behind it. We got plenty more need to be monitored as I continue to push west in the eastern Pacific. Got a little system here down in the Yucatan Peninsula and also in portions of Mexico. A little bit of activity out in the western U.S. as well, from New Mexico to Washington State to Montana. And here comes that cold front. You can see it stretching from portions of Arkansas all the way to the Maine, portion of New Brunswick, Newfoundland, also St. John's Island as well, as I continue to push to the south and southeast. Alrighty, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue getting the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see we got some heavy rain and flash flooding over a portion of northeast Texas. Then again over here in the Carolinas as well, from up here around Asheville to Charlotte to Columbia to Charleston over to Wilmington, North Carolina. Could be some heavy rain and flash flooding there as well. Otherwise, we got thunderstorms and showers from a portion of Northern California to Oregon to Washington State to Montana, a portion of southwestern Canada through the Dakotas to Colorado, New Mexico, Texas to Louisiana to Georgia. Also down towards central and south Florida, Florida Key, Atlantic coastal water to the Carolinas, West Virginia, and Virginia. Then again over here toward Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, over toward Massachusetts, Connecticut, and the Rhode Island area as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday. Alright, here's a look at your Saturday forecast. Be August 2nd. You can see we got some heavy rain, flash flooding over southern South Carolina, in the central and south Georgia, northern Florida. Otherwise, we got thunderstorms and showers for a portion of Idaho to a portion of Oregon, portion of eastern Washington State, southern portion of Canada through Montana to the Dakotas, Minnesota, down to Oklahoma, Texas, to Louisiana, northern Gulf, Florida Keys, up to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, South Carolina, you're included, and also into portion of Tennessee. You can see high pressure anchored off the northeast U.S. coast, and also a few more high pressures across portion of western portion of New York State, also over here between Wisconsin and Michigan as well, bringing in a lot of dry air to that region to the north, but it will remain kind of unsettled across the south as that front continues to slowly push to the south. But there will be a lot of cooler air continued behind that front, and many locations will experience the cooler temperature, but don't get used to it. And the longer range should be during the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. I just seen the map. The temperatures will go, much of the United States will be back well above normal for temperature, so don't get used to this here. Enjoy it while it lasts, but more heat is on the way for the second week in portions of August. So alrighty, otherwise, like I say, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Saturday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches warning advisory map of your location across the nation. Okay, you can see we got some flood watches up here around Connecticut, southern New York State, also in the Pennsylvania, also in the portion of West Virginia. We got some severe thunderstorm watches, warnings, and flash flood warnings. Advisories also in effect for portions of the New Jersey, Delaware, southeastern Pennsylvania, and eastern Maryland area as well. We got heat advisories over North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, down in the, Alabama, portion of Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, also Oklahoma, and also in the portion of Texas. Excessive heat warnings also in effect for you guys in Mississippi, Louisiana, and a couple counties southeastern Arkansas. Southern areas also over here in areas of Arizona. Flood watches and flash flood warnings in effect for you guys here in portions of New Mexico. We got a lot of air quality alerts up here for Michigan to portions of Indiana, all of Illinois, all of Wisconsin, northern Michigan, also Minnesota, Iowa, portion of Nebraska as well. We got some severe thunderstorm watches and warnings in effect for portions of Wyoming, Colorado, and areas western Nebraska. Got some air quality alerts also in effect for you guys in a few counties here in Colorado and one county over here in Nevada. Red flag warning is also in effect for northwestern Colorado, central and south Utah, southern Idaho, southern Oregon, northern California, one county there in Washington State. Also got flash flood watches in effect for you guys here, also in effect for Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon State also. We got small craft advisory, gale warning stretching up here from the Boston area to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, southern portions of California up to Oregon State. Also got some dense fog advisory along the coastal areas of Oregon and Washington State. Red flag warnings in effect for the Hawaiian Chain Islands, central and south. Got some small craft advisory. North side look good, especially around the island chain, but all the islands here has red flag warnings for you guys in Hawaii and one little area to the southwest of Alaska. Small craft advisories there are in effect. Alright, now let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. We have a marginal risk here for the Carolinas and portions of Georgia for your Friday. You can see from Charlotte to Columbia to Charleston to Savannah, Atlanta, you're included. This area here could have some damaging winds up to 70-80 miles per hour in this portions of the area here, which is highlighted in a marginal risk. Also from northeastern New Mexico up toward South Dakota, including Cheyenne, Pablo, also Rapid City, you're included. General thunderstorms elsewhere from Virginia Beach to Raleigh to Miami, Florida, to New Orleans, to Texas, to Phoenix, Arizona, all the way up to Great Falls, Montana, also over toward Redding, California, and Medford, Oregon. The tornado probability is going to look like this, should be less than 2%, all areas. Damaging wind look like this, 5% over here in the Carolinas and Georgia. Then from New Mexico up through into South Dakota and Wyoming. Large hail look like this, pretty much from New Mexico into South Dakota and Wyoming. Alright, let's move on to day number 3. It's going to look something like this here. Alright, we got a marginal risk down here along the Gulf Coast from southern Georgia, northern Florida, Tallahassee, you're included. Jacksonville, you're right on the borderline of that marginal risk. Dalton, Alabama, southern Georgia, just south of Columbus, Georgia, south of Savannah, you're included. Another marginal risk also in effect for you guys in Amarillo up to McCook, Colby, Denver, Colorado, Pablo, Colorado as well. General thunderstorm from up here just from Charlotte to Columbia to Miami to San Antonio to Albuquerque to Great Falls to Bismarck to Valentine, Boise, Spokane, over toward Medford, Elko. All of y'all included just general thunderstorm. Probability looks like this, 5% respectively. Alright, here's a look at the tropics over the next 2 weeks. This is valid through August 6th, 2025 through August 12th, 2025. You can see we have a 20% chance of development off the southeast coast, up toward the mid-Atlantic coast, toward the Bahamas, between Cuba and the Bahamas, also Florida, and also the west coast of Florida there as well. We got some heavy precipitation, a little bit more precipitation expected across the Leeward Islands back into the central tropical Atlantic, just north of South America. Some drier air forecast. We have a 20-40% chance of development here in the eastern Pacific right along the Mexican coast. Then we have another 20% chance a little bit further to the west of that system in heavy precipitation. Much of the U.S. looks like it's going to be drier than normal during that time frame. Alright, let's move on to August 13th, 2025 through August 19th, 2025. Over here off the African coast, got a little bit of heavier precipitation there. Then you can see a tropical development, possibly about 20% there. It's between the Cabo Verde Islands and the Windward or Leeward Islands, whichever way you want to call it. 20% chance of development there. in the toward the MDR region, just slightly below that. You can see some drier air, some heavy precipitation possible over northern areas of South America, and also across Mexico and Central America. And then we got another system has a 20% chance during that time frame off the Mexican coast once again. So get ready, folks. The Eastern Pacific is picking up, and I think they might be on the K name already, while we just still on the C name. But I think the names will continue to start racking up in the Atlantic, but as we go forward. So get ready for I think the Tropics is going to begin to start getting a little busy since we're getting into August and September. So I think things will start ramping up here as we continue to roll forward. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like these videos, share these videos. Catch you in the next one. So have a wonderful Thursday evening, folks. And I'll see you next month, August 1st. Have a great one, folks. Take care.